Okay, so you guys ready? Here we go. Take one. Okay, Robert, once again. Okay, in this video, I will be covering the secrets to webinar sales. So, in other words, if you have a webinar and it's getting a few sales, but it's not getting enough, or maybe you're trying to figure out what could you do, well, keep your eyes on my screen. I'm really going to show you some really cool stuff, like the secrets to what you can do. This is called a hybrid webinar. I'm going to show you an actual closing sales page. It's not your average sales page. This one is built to help close everybody after they've seen the video. Once they start looking at the sales page, it has a closing video on here. It's not your average video. It does what it's supposed to do to help everybody understand what the product was and so forth. So what we're going to do here is pay attention. We're going to study this, and I'm going to ring the bell so you guys know to ring the bell yourself. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow the channel, so please do that now so we can jump right into this right now. You should be able to see my pointer on screen. Okay, first off, again, if you haven't built a webinar yet, then go ahead and just watch what I'm talking about. We're going to talk about the structure. I'll show you my live examples, and we're going to jump right into this. So this is good stuff. You're not going to want to miss this video if you are somebody who sells courses online or any other type of product. I don't see anybody teaching this, so I just want to say that. Okay, so we have three icons here. Here is where my traffic's coming from. I run tons of promotion videos. These are Google ads, YouTube ads, or it could be free YouTube, videos. So that's what this is here, okay? And you can just post videos wherever you want. So you guys know all about free traffic. So basically, just run a bunch of free traffic, and you could do that very easy on YouTube. I don't want to hear that nobody knows how to do that, because it's super easy to do. Just build your channel, watch my other videos on that if you need to. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to say this for the sake of this video. There's two major things that can go wrong, but before we get to the secrets, let's act like we have a webinar video that you filmed and it's doing great. So it's doing okay. You've really made no mistakes, so it could have a problem, but we're going to act like it really doesn't. It's an okay video. And then we'll get back to the second thing that we can talk about on what I look at and what I don't fix and so forth. Okay, so we have a good webinar video. You're doing well. People are registering for the webinar. But the problem is here, lies right here, which is your sales page. For some reason, when they get to the sales page, they're not going to the checkout page, or maybe they do visit the checkout page, but they don't purchase. So let's talk about how we're going to fix it, and what most of the time is what you need to do there in order to make this actually happen. Because if you haven't done this and you start changing things just might change for you. So let's go ahead and look at this now. So what you see on my screen, secrets to webinar sales. Okay, there's quite a few things here. We're going to run through them very quick, but I want to talk about the first one. Your sales page, this one here is my own. I'm going to scroll up and down to show you. Okay, but it's not your average sales page. A lot of people, every time I look at their sales page, I don't see what I would do. This is a very short sales page. It could be longer. I will add a few more things in time, but if something's working, you really don't want to blow it, right? So it's working, but I do feel it's a little bit too short, and I'll explain why in a second. But let's go ahead and look at what's working and why it works so well. I'm going to point out a few things, and then we'll talk about what those are. Number one is this video here. I'm not going to play it. Before I filmed this, I thought about playing it, but it just makes a mess. It's easier for me just to tell you about it. It's a Fiverr video. You guys seen many of those, and it's actually one of the same hooks. I like to call it a hook video that I run on YouTube ads. So when I run YouTube ads, it's one of my actual hook videos. I just made duplicates of it so I can track who views it, where it was viewed, or if it's connected to some type of sales page where I need to know if there's sales coming from, so forth. You need your tracking. You always need to have tracking everywhere. But let's look at something else. Okay, that's one thing, right? But here we go. Here's number two. You need to show what's included, a package deal. So I've changed. This is my new sales page, and I've changed this. I made this here to show them all. I've added more products. It includes 3 products now, 3, and I told them what the valued price is. Very important to do that. But here is the number 2 biggest secret out of all. And a lot of people don't do this. I don't know why. If you have a good product, there's no reason to show them what it is. So I give a test drive. You can try my product out for free before you even buy it. You're going to click here. You can test it. This one here is not really a testing video like to test drive it. It's just more shows what it is because it's just the pro templates. And right here is my YouTube course to run YouTube ads. So everybody gets to come over here and test it. What is that going to do on your end if you're possibly wondering? It's going to help close them. They see what they get. There's no surprises. They get to see what it's like inside the membership system, the whole entire thing. Really cool stuff. Okay, so and if we keep scrolling down, I'm trying to answer the questions that I believe somebody would be thinking about. So when you create these pages, you have to think like a customer that's come across, or a client, whatever you want to call them, prospect, that's thinking about purchasing that product. They're thinking about how it's going to help them. Is it going to make their life easier? Are you fixing a problem? Or is it just going to help them make money? They're thinking about all those things. And is it a unique product, or are you just running the same thing as everybody else? Because if you're the same as everybody else, then your product will not do well. It has to be something unique. If you come across that way and you're showing them how you can help them, then that's how you get more sales. But hold on, there's more coming to this. I'm flying through this pretty fast, but everything that's laid out on here is built to be not just a sales page, but a closing sales page. It's helping me close them after the webinar. Okay, here's one of the most important things. Before we go to the checkout page, they see what the price is. It's scratched out what the regular price could be. We talk about what's inside, but you see that here to the right, what's included. The 3 products that I talked about are all laid out here. And then when they click this, they're going to go right into the checkout page. Checkout page is very important because if you have a simple checkout page, then that's not going to work as well. You can see that here. We have a checkout page, and it's all laid out with everything that they need to see, including the breakdown, what's included. They see the upsell there, all that stuff, everything's here, and it's a super simple checkout page, but again, is telling them what they're basically getting on this piece here, right here on the right side column. Okay, now let's go ahead and look at real quick the webinar. I touched on this earlier, and a lot of people maybe say, what is a hybrid webinar? A hybrid webinar is for somebody to come here and join the webinar. They're going to put their name, email, click this video, and it's just going to welcome them in, and it's just another closing video. That's all this is. This is not the webinar video until they put their name, email, and then they get access to it. Okay, that's how it should be done. It's a very short page. There's the very bottom of it. This is my newest or my latest webinar page, sales page for the webinar. The reason why I call it /sales page, because on this side you can see that it says purchase here to click. Okay, so if they click here, this is going to convince them again on why they should get the product, what it is, and right here you can see it says learn more on sales page. So what's happening here is they have a choice. They can either purchase or they can watch the webinar. Why do I do that? Let's address that now, because a lot of people have already been sold on your promotion videos. You keep sending them down the funnel. They're ready to purchase. They really don't want to watch a webinar. If you force them to watch a webinar, that's where you're going to lose clients. Always give them an option. A lot of you might be saying, well, I need them to watch the webinar so I can retarget them later. That's why I need their email. Good point. But guess what? You can still retarget all these people that have landed on all these pages. That's why I do that. It's very easy to do. When you do your retargeting with YouTube ads or Google ads or Facebook ads, it's anybody who's landed, well, let's just talk about YouTube ads. It's anybody who's landed on a specific video or your channel or any ads. Any ads, that's what I basically retarget. Ads, videos, and channel. That's what we do. So you can always retarget them without them even knowing, just because they viewed something or maybe they went to your checkout page. Okay, so hopefully we're making sense so far, but let's go back to the sales page because this is very important here. We're going to talk about the title in this video here. Let's just start with the video because I want to make sure that everybody's paying attention because this is the biggest secret out of all of them. Like I said earlier, this is a Fiverr video. I would love to play, but it just makes too much of a mess. I'm sure if you guys want to hear it, you can go to the sales page and listen to it. What I mean by Fiverr video, it's a fast-paced closing video, shows the product. It's done in a certain way, where they do all the captions, everything's done right. It's not me doing it. All I did was write the script and I gave it to one of our team members at Fiverr and it's done. So they did a great job and it's helping get more sales because this is on the sales page. So you got to think of your sales page. It's not really just a sales page. It's a sales page that follows the webinar. So it's more of a closing sales page. Okay, so this is going to help close. So you got to remember your whole entire sales page is a closing module. It's not just some type of a page that you're throwing up and you're trying to get the sale. This whole page has to be built to close them. So how are we going to do that? Again, the title, the first thing we're going to look at here is what you should be making sure and testing. You should have 10 of these. Test these on 10 different pages. I know that sounds like a lot of work, but it's really not once you start doing this over and over. I've been doing this a little bit over 12 years selling courses. I test all kinds of pages, tons. I have a huge stack of them with different titles. Okay, so it's going to be the same page and I'll just change this out. Okay, or I'll change the closing video out. So remember, you have promotion videos and closing videos. So if you haven't done that and you're still running that same video of you and you're wondering why it doesn't work, well, maybe if you change it and you test it and it's not really you anymore, it's not your voice, somebody built it and they did a really good job, you probably could start getting sales if you have everything else connected right. If you have something broken or something that's just not right on your funnel structure, then it's not going to work. Okay, so again, the title and the video is what we're talking about right now. Let's go ahead and look at what I wrote down just to keep me on point. Okay, we talked about the headline, but your sales page needs to be built to close and you need a tour test drive. I just showed you that. I give them the test drive. I'll show you that one more time. It's right there. They can click on these videos for free and take a test drive to help them be convinced that that's the correct product for them. Hopefully that makes sense. Everybody understands that and you're getting value out of this because I don't see anybody teaching that. This is stuff that you only find in courses, in my own course as well. And keep in mind, if you want all the links to the description and how I build everything, it will be in the description. You can grab all the links there to all the products that I use, everything, all right, courses, all that stuff. Okay, and don't forget to get my free guide, which will be somewhere up here, floating up here. You'll see the little book. Go ahead and get it, and you'll see on top should be the URL. So just go to free guide and you'll get a complete free guide, all on PDF, really cool stuff, and you're going to be amazed. That's all free. So don't forget to get that free guide. Okay, so again, now I've talked about the closing video a little bit, but just make sure that you understand that video is one of the most important thing on your sales page. If you've only tested one and you think this doesn't work, then that could be the main problem. Okay, let's keep moving along here. See where I'm at. Change the copy on that page. Okay, now we're talking about copy. Okay, so what I did on my old page, my old sales page, closing page versus this one, I changed around almost all the copy on it. It might look the same, like if you glance at it, but it's basically changed more in a way that will help people understand and show them. Always, you have to think about that when you're typing out the copy. Sometimes I slip out of mine on that, and I don't do that as well, but it needs to be, you're typing out whatever you're making, what you're building, to convince them, to show them how this product's going to help them, how it's going to fix the problem, or make things just easier on them from the start to finish. If it does one of those three things, then you have a winning product. So remember, all products too, which I didn't put on this, start off as cold traffic. They have to warm up to you, then it turns into a warm a warm product traffic, especially when you're doing affiliate marketing. It's a little bit more out there, but I just wanted to throw that in there. Make sure it's set up to be more of a product that can sell as cold traffic, but can easily be a warm product as well, super fast, just by people watching the videos and all that stuff. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, that's part of affiliate marketing. I don't want to go over anybody's head who is new to this. So again, here we go. Check the flow to checkout. We haven't done that yet, so let's go ahead and look at that. Okay, so when somebody's looking at all this stuff, you've already put all your text. We have the closing video, we have the closing. Okay, so the closing headline needs to be changed. Make sure you've changed that. You have the video, you're running a new video. Three things. Number three is you're showing exactly what they're going to get. This is a package deal. And the fourth thing is test drive. So that's 4 secrets right there that a lot of people don't talk about, and they don't explain it, and they don't show you how to put it on a page. I just did. This is right here, major. If you guys are not seeing this, or not like, okay, it just looks like a regular page to me. This is like the goal. Like if you guys are new to affiliate marketing or just building sales pages, this is how many of us get sales over and over. I mean, we sell products all over the whole world because we're selling on ClickBank as well. And those types of sales, we can see what works with all the tracking. The minute I get involved with this and say, hey, this is what we're doing wrong, let's change this, let's change that, then it's just amazing how it just can increase your sales and conversions. So easy. All right, so scrolling down, we were going to look at this part here. When somebody gets here, they're going to, just to be curious, a lot of people will click this button just to check out the checkout page. That's what we call it, a checkout page. A lot of them just want to check it out, see what is it. Has to be a really cool and easy, simple sales page. Not that long, don't confuse them. Of course, we have a bump, an order bump. They could get the Facebook Masterclass if they want it, they can get it. If not, we're going to show them right here. Here is what you get. Everything on the right column is going to list exactly what they can get. If they get this product, it's going to say exactly what it normally costs, what they're saving. You can see that there. So by putting the numbers in front of them, it's going to make them think, especially if they're new or even if they have experience, they're going to understand what this is. And you laid everything out again. And even, I don't even have it here on this one, but this eventually will be a closing video. Put a closing video on here as well. That's one thing that's missing on this would be, so a closing video would be not your promotion video, not your promotion closing video either. It has to be a different video that just says, hey, looks like you guys made it to the sales page. Okay, so here's what's included. Everything that you see underneath me, you're going to get everything in that list, and I will see you on the inside, and you get 4 weeks of coaching calls, however you got that set up. So you want to make sure that you have all that laid out. That needs to be added to this page. That just reminded me, I don't have that, and that's going to help our conversions as well. Okay, so let's go back to my little thing here. Okay, price, package, deal, amount saved. I already talked about that, but I didn't lay it out here. The flow is, let me just go back here. Make sure the flow means this. When they're looking at this has to match the sales page. If you notice, it does. All this stuff here pretty much is the same thing that's on the sales page. So they feel comfortable. Same colors, same video product, image, everything's the same. The flow is the same. You've taken them there fairly easy. If somebody clicks this could just turn around and boom, it turns into the checkout page right here. I didn't do that because of tracking. If you get into tracking, you're going to want your checkout page to be separate. That's what I do because I track everything. Okay, so you'll get into tracking too. If you're new to this, you're going to understand that every single page you want to know where it came from. I actually sit there and geek out and watch Google Analytics, especially late at night, because I run products in different countries and they're awake while we're asleep. So sometimes my time zone's sleeping, they're awake. I can see what pages are basically hitting. I can see them on screen, and it just lights up like crazy, and I'm watching page after page. I'll see where that sales came from, or maybe they went to a checkout page, they didn't like it or something, and they bounced back. I watch everything. There's so many things to watch. Okay, so this is just what I geek out on. Okay, so here we go. Redo the copy. Okay, so if you're having problems and you haven't done what I just said, and your checkout page doesn't look really similar to mine, like maybe it's just buy or something, just the price. No, it needs to ensure them to tell them what they're getting. Put a closing video on there. I didn't even have that. I've been meaning to do that for a long time. You'll see that on my next video. I'm going to show that closing video. Super easy to do. Okay, so price, package, and amount saved. That I already showed you that. So redo the copy on your checkout page. Like if you have an old checkout page, you're running the same one, there's not much text on mine. You can see that there. I have an order bump. If the order bump's annoying, get rid of it. It's not like you have to have it. Put something that's going to make sense and it's going to help them for whatever. Make sure it's something that's in the same thing with courses and all that stuff. Okay, since it's a package deal, I don't really have that many products left for that. I have 2. I can put 2 order, well actually 1. That's the only order bump I can use on this because I have a total of 4 products for course creator, if that makes sense. But if you have to change something here or even this little text, you can do whatever you want. Don't get too confusing on your sales checkout page. Keep it kind of simple. What I've always done, and that's what works best for me. Okay, one thing is that I really didn't go over, and I touched on this when we first started, was the webinar. If your webinar is getting no sales, redo the webinar, repeat process. What I mean by that is we're sending everybody to this page. And even if you did a single webinar, whatever you want to call it, with no purchase button, no video here to help them learn more about the product. Let's just act like it's a regular stand-alone webinar. If it's not getting all the sign-ups and you know your promotion video is doing a good job, you can see that everybody's landing there, but they're not even signing up because your autoresponder should tell you how many people sign up. That's what mine does. Then that means that your promotion video is not convincing enough. It's not your webinar. A lot of people think it's my webinar. It's no good. They've never watched your webinar. It's the video that plays before it, which is your promotion video. It's not convincing enough. Make sure that you change everything. Make a whole bunch of them. Make 10 of them. I like to say 10 because people sometimes think, oh, I'll make 1 or 2, and if that doesn't work, I give up. Making money online's too hard. I can't figure it out. All that crazy talk is because you guys didn't test. All of us that do this for years, like I said, I don't know if I said this earlier, I've been doing this almost a little bit over 12 years. That's crazy. I test so many things that I write this down. Okay, so in other words, I'll make a webinar and then I'll make another webinar and another one. I'll have like 4 of them and I'll test all of them and I'll see which one is getting the most signups, and then again we'll test the closing sales pages. I just don't have one of these. I'll have many different ones, but if one's working, I'm going to try to show that one the most, just to keep everything rolling. So that's how that works. But again, back to here, make sure that you don't get confused on that. So nobody's signing up for the webinar. Now we're talking about something different. Let's go back to the structure here really quick so you guys understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so you're running all these promotion videos, but nobody's signing up here. I could have teach this first, but I went to the other thing first because I know it's more engaging. I don't want you guys to get bored. Now we're going to talk about, well, they didn't sign up for the webinar. It's your promotion videos, your traffic videos that you guys are doing. Do more, like I just said. Do more. Have fun with them. Go crazy with it. You can just go crazy on YouTube, and that's what I'm doing now. I finally decided to do a lot more videos. I'm just too busy running a real business. Some people just have all the time in the world. I don't. I run 2 online businesses. One's real estate and one's this one. Okay, so, and I got rid of all the other ones I used to do somewhat. I still have a few of the other ones, if you guys are wondering. If you follow me for years with the small little YouTube channel that we run, it's finally growing. And yeah, so that being said, it's where was I going? So you lose chain of thought. Anyhow, so if you're not getting a whole bunch of signups again to the webinar page, it's these videos, promotion videos. Change those, people will start signing up. If nobody's going to the sales page or not even landing on it, that means you're not convincing them enough to even want to click it. You want to make sure that this thing's getting clicked. If you're getting clicks and they're just not purchasing, then it's the problem I just talked about. Make sure it's a closing page, that you have to build these things to keep in mind that this page is helping them understand what they just learned from the webinar. A lot of people don't think like that. They film a webinar and then they just put buy, purchase here. They'll literally put like a checkout page and a button that just says buy with no copy on it, no closing videos, nothing. Your sales conversions will go way up if you help them understand what you're teaching and how you're gonna do that. So I don't want to keep repeating myself, so you guys know what I'm saying. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, because I want everybody to get value and just learn. Okay, so from now on, we're going to be running a bunch of videos. If you guys like these types of videos, I'm going to show you all the secrets that I do to selling courses. I think anybody can do this. It's not hard. Go ahead and find all the links in the description. Everything's there. I teach everything from how to create a course from scratch, step by step, how to run YouTube ads, how to do webinars, funnels, everything. So we don't use any expensive software. And again, it's really cool, so because you can do this as a side hustle and then turn it into real business. But again, back to what we've been talking about, so everybody knows. Remember, you got 3 things going on here: promotion videos, another video here, and another video here. This is the closing one. So where's the problem lie? Don't skip it. I had somebody even tell me, this is a while back, but I don't think my webinar is working. I'm like, why? How many people signed up for it? I don't get that many people at all. Well, then why do you say it's your webinar? Well, nobody's registering. Well, first of all, you got to make sure that somebody can, and the registration button's working, like the whole funnel system is working, your page builder. But again, it's not your webinar, it's the promotion videos. Promotion videos not convincing the people enough, your prospects, to understand what you're talking about, and then they're not going to want to watch a webinar. Why should they watch a webinar if you didn't do a good job on these? Okay, you guys know what I'm saying. I don't want to go over that over and over. But again, okay, so you guys will find all the links in the description. Hopefully you guys like this video. I don't want to go on and on to make it too long. It's super hot in here. We do have the air unit running, and I'll try to edit some of the noise out. Hopefully I can, so you guys don't hear that loud air unit blowing. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to get my free ebook. You should see it floating up here. Click on that link. You'll see the little ebook there, and that's going to be that's the free guide, the free course to learning how to create your first course for the first time. All right, you guys, see you on the next video.